ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, we'll leave it as ladies and gentlemen for now. I'm joined tonight by Monday, as always. And just for last week, we've got Andy Tate in the house, guys. We've signed a player, or it looks like we're gonna sign a player. It's just not the one we bloody want. Mason Mount's injured. Is that a blessing in disguise for us? And Amrabat, Fiorentina finally grown some balls and given us a 3-day deadline. Guys, this is the agenda. Let's get the show on the road. Good evening. How are we?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Just stepped to the door, ready to go. A few things I'm not sure about tonight. This goalkeeper, I don't know nothing about him. But I do know about Mount, and I want to know what the injury is because I'm just hearing it. I'm just catching up now. So I'm just like a viewer today. I know nothing, like Manuel from Alton Towers. I know nothing.
Yeah. Signor Falti, I know nothing.
Yes,
same here, mate. I'm in the dark as you, Mundo. I've just switched on, and I've just like, God, it's like the bat signal in the sky. Oh my God. What's going on?
And one day, could you say a couple of howdies in the chat for me, please?
Of course. I haven't been on this show for a long time, but I did get requests. I'm sorry I had to turn it down. I was working. Go and check out Football United TV. Top show, top intro, and a top bloke, Matthew, running it. Matthew, come on a road trip with us. Good friend of the channel. Go and subscribe to Football United TV. Saying big up. He said Mount injury. Damn, man. He's trying to say Mount injury, but it's spell check is what do they call that thing where it automatically gives you the spelling?
It's spell checker. Yeah, you got his one wrong, mate. I tell you.
Mountain Jury. What has he been typing in the past?
Is he trying to put Mountain Dew? Something. That's a drink.
Anyway, Stephanie Griffiths is in the house. She's saying big up everyone. Hope you're doing well, Stephanie. And I hope you're doing well, Andrew Williams. Good evening. Hope you are good. Column's in the house as well. Big up, Paul. He says, not bothered about the Mount injury. I think we can actually look better this weekend when we have Rasmus available. So Marcus back on the wing as well. So he's already got the team sheet ready to go. Matthew Bassett. There's two Matties, Matthew Bassett and Matty King. Big up, everybody. He says on the show and in the chat, Matthew, hope you're doing well, bro. Big up to Emma K. Hope you're doing great as well. She says, IO boys. Is that IO?
IO.
Is that
AO?
Okay.
Don't you know slang when you're growing up?
Is that a northern thing or Denmark? She's from Denmark.
Could be a northern thing. I've not heard it in a while. AO boys.
AO boys. Okay. I'm down with that. Over to you, Mr. B. That's who's in the house.
Right. First things first on the agenda. Mason Mount injury. Obviously, he hasn't set our team alight. Even during pre-season, to be fair. He's now injured, ruled out until after the international break. So whether he'll be fit for he's not going to get called up for England anyway. So he's got 3 weeks off. They haven't said what the injury is, but he picked it up in the final minutes of the Spurs game. What we thinking, guys? Is this a blessing in disguise? Ericsson slot straight back in, hopefully. Andy's shaking his head already.
I don't know what to think. I really don't know what to think because this is like breaking. This is what I heard in the last 20 minutes or something. Like, and I see Mr. B like ready to roll. So I went, I want in. I need to know. So it could be a blessing, but was Mason carrying an injury due to the transfer? You know, has he been playing with a niggle the last couple of games? And it's just come on, and he, you know what I mean? Or is this just to take him out the firing line?
Do you think he would do that?
I don't think he would, though. But you can't help but that thought comes through your head and it's gone within a second, though. You can't help but think that. You know, with what's going on, like, say, spin. Like, the last 24 hours with United, like, well, the last 72 hours, it's been a downward trajectory, hasn't it? So, yeah, so I don't know what to think. Eriksen could fit back in, but I don't think Eriksen's been the same since that tackle from Andy Carroll,
which was horrible and stupid and clumsy from that big old giant hoof of the man. Yeah, I don't know what to think. Obviously, if he's out to the end of the international break, it must be a muscle injury or a hammy or something like that, because you're talking 6 weeks.
No, it's 2 weeks. Well, the international break, we've got international breaks after
2 weeks.
Right, so he misses. He misses, yeah, and then the breaks after Arsenal. So 2 weeks, 2 Saturdays.
Brighton's on the 16th, I think. Brighton at home. That's like straight after. So it's Arsenal, the break, then Brighton at home. 15th or 16th of September.
Okay, so maybe that's 2-3 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks injury. Could be a muscle tear, could be something just sitting back. I don't think that what you suggested, Mr. Bida, is to do with taking him out of the firing line. I don't think it's major yet. It's only
I suggested that, not Mr. B.
Oh, was it you?
Mr. B is exonerated on that. That was me.
Thank you very much.
Fingers at Mr.
I'm sure. Are you sure about that? I'm
enough on his plate.
You denied it. No, Mr. B said it and you denied it. I'm sure it went.
No.
I said it. And it was a split-second thing. So your Omondo is causing a controversy.
Already. And we just started the show. 2 games in, 2 minutes in, and there's controversy already, just like Man United. So I do think Mount's been credible since he's come in the club. His last 2 games. Yeah, I do. I think it's just that we have to find the right slot for him. He has to get into the system and work things out. I think in the first 30 minutes against Spurs, I think they've done a lot of what we want to achieve by trying to close down high up the pitch, and he was instrumental in part of that. He pickpockets them, stopping them getting out the first phase of play, and I thought that's what he was supposed to do. He's done a good job in that. I just don't see him like he's a good runner. He can shoot. I haven't seen his shooting capabilities yet. I want to see him get goals and get numbers, and I just haven't. I think there's a lot of pressure on him at the moment. But yeah, it gives it a great opportunity for another squad member to come in and show their worth.
You know what? I seem to remember at the end of the last season, he was carrying an injury at Chelsea and he missed the last few games. If somebody could confirm that, I'm sure he was injured. Last few games, Mason Mount sat out the last few games of Chelsea's league campaign. I'm sure that, because I wonder if that. I wonder if it was the hamstring or this is an injury that's flared up again.
I mean, they haven't said, to be fair, they actually haven't said what the injury is.
Why wouldn't they say it? Usually they say what the injury is, don't they? That's interesting.
Oh, bloody hell. We've done it again.
But I know when you announced, because you made these big headlines on the channel, like with the show, and you say Mason Mount injured. And I'm thinking, where's this going? What are we going to say about this? So we can say, oh, no, he's injured. We gutted for him, or
I am gutted for him. To be fair, I am gutted for him. You don't want any player to be injured, but he wasn't working on Monday. The Mason Mount experiment wasn't working. My question to you, is who replaces him? Does he go in there with McTominay, or does he go in there with Eriksen?
Good question. Andy, go on. You want to take a bite on it?
No, like you say, it is a good question. I mean, he doesn't want to use McTominay, and I would say he may have to use the 2 on Saturday. He may have to use McTominay as well. So he's like, start with Eriksen. If you get into a position and you're winning, and you use McTominay, so he may have to utilize the 2 to get a result. Because he's going to play as the 8, innit? He's going to play as the 8, Eriksen. So it's what you have to change it. If you go with Eriksen, you get into a commanding situation. We all come out guns blazing. Then, like you say, you revert to like get that tight unit. Say you got 2-goal lead, you keep it tight. Like you say, hit them on the break. So I think he'll use both.
I think they're vastly different players, aren't they, Mr. B and Andy? I think it's difficult. Like, it's not like they're similar players. Say, all right, who's fitter, who's the best fit. We can say what both bring something different. I think the issue that we've had is that in the second half against Spurs, they made an adjustment, tweaked it a little bit, and they were able to open us up. We're getting this thing with box midfields now, with like Spurs, they tuck their fullbacks in. All sides seem to be doing this, and we're getting outnumbered. And Casemiro, the poor fella, was outnumbered. He was 1-on-1 with Maddison and getting run all over the place, it seems. So I think Eriksen, because he's used to playing that position last season with our man Casemiro, I think he's a good fit. The reason I'm going to go with him is because I think he's played there last year in the midfield pivot, double pivot, the two of them, and he does come deep and get the ball, and he does dictate the tempo, and he does slow it to our pace. The only thing that's missing between him and Mount is he's not got the energy, I think, to sort of create that sort of first line of pressure towards the team bringing the ball out. So that's where we might have to make adjustments. With Scott McTominay, he's a good runner, he's a strong runner, he's athletic, he's big and strong, but he doesn't have the technical dictating ability of Eriksen. So I would go with Eriksen to start with McTominay, with as an 8, what we're trying to do. But I know with him, he's going to drop deeper and be a bit more of an insurance job there, even though you can sort of goes past him, because physically he's not going to stop anyone really. But having a body there will be enough, I believe. So I'm going with Eriksen to come in for Mason Mount.
Needed. Would you play Bruno deeper?
And how would you drop Bruno? Seriously, this is the Bruno from I think under the Radic era. He was at a crossroad when he signed that contract, and you're like, yeah. I was thinking Bruno was getting like Pogba, like ego-wise, and he's kept it in check again. He's kept it in check, and he done well last season. But it seems to me now, does power go to your head? Does the captaincy go to his head? Can the captain be dropped? So, can you drop your skipper?
No, you can't. Two games into last season, he dropped his skipper, but this is different. You're talking about Bruno Fernandes here, who does offer a lot more than Harry Maguire.
If he's not performing, Armando, you've got to start asking.
Is he? I think he's performing. I haven't seen him do anything wrong.
He had a good first half. He played well against Spurs, but he didn't do anything against Wolves.
Yeah,
he was shocking against Wolves, and he knows it because he was screaming at the crowd against Wolves. Come on, get behind us, get behind us. Well, you know what, Bruno? It works both ways. Give us something to scream for. We'll back you, but you got to give us something in return. So,
I think remember last time when we lost 2 games over the season last year, and then we had 8 days off and played Liverpool and came back with a great win. I thought that was something to do with an attitude adjustment, changing things, training, the manager really showing his worth there. And I think against Nottingham Forest, I think we're overdue a good win to get the fans on side again and give us that momentum going into the Arsenal.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be in Old Trafford. If we lose Saturday plus the protests, it's going to be not a nice place to be.
Andy, weren't you at the Nottingham Forest game? Didn't we play them in the cup last year at home? And I thought they were soft. I think they came to sort of part of the bus and didn't really offer anything of quality. This is Nottingham Forest, who I've seen play at home, beat Liverpool last season, got energy, got power, got pace.
Yeah, they beat Arsenal. They beat Arsenal during Man City. They beat Leeds. Let's say at home they're pretty good, but away, I would say Nottingham Forest were a soft touch last season, and they only won 1 away game all season, and that was at bottom club Southampton. So, but you got to be very wary. Like Nottingham Forest, they could, like last season, they were awful at Old Trafford, and the best thing about Nottingham Forest were the fans, because they actually were the best away fans all season.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And I'll say it again. They had the best support.
What were they doing that made them so good? Were they just vocal?
Yeah, vocal, and it gives you like that 80s vibe, like Brian Clough.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Nottingham Forest in the 80s, and playing Man United. We had a few Titanic battles in the past with Nottingham Forest. Yeah, I remember 1989. There was a ball across the line. It was never given. Old Trafford, and we equalised, and referee never give it. Yet match of the day, there was no VAR back in 1989.
Yeah.
I was 14 watching it with my dad. That was all. It was in the United Road. Got the wrong tickets for the wrong end, but the ball was over the line, and Forest went on to the semi-final against Liverpool, and so in '89. So yeah, it's like we had some Titanic struggles with Nottingham Forest over the years in the late part of the 80s. We won a few, lost a few. Oh, yeah.
We signed a lot of their players. I mean, Peter Davenport, Neil Webb, Gary Birtles as well. I think these are players that come through the leagues.
Especially against someone that,
I was going to say that. He mentioned 3 players and left somebody out. I mean, look, my memory's bad, but you've just left out on Monday. Mention the players you mentioned again. And until you mention the name, we're not moving. We're not moving.
All right.
This podcast is paused.
Neil Webb, Peter Davenport, Gary Birtles, someone from Nottingham Forest played for Man United. Am I missing someone obvious?
Shame on
Roy
you.
Keane, of course.
Shame on fucking you.
Oh my god. I was trapped in the 80s with you there. I was getting nostalgic. I was trapped in the 80s with Andy talking about 1989. I was trapped against oh boy. Yeah. Sorry.
The Quizmaster's mind went blank.
Roy Keane, of course. Stupid of me. Anyway,
why did it come on?
Andy, just to repeat that.
Get a cup of tea.
I would have been there all night. I do think from what I saw of Forest last season, they came, they were rattled. We outplayed them. I thought there's no quality here. They were just looking for long balls and trying to play counters. We ate that up. So I'm expecting a good win. Just want to shout out I Love Cats because they're going to the game as well. I'm going on Saturday. Even if we draw, it ain't going to go down well. What are you talking about? Is this to do with protest? Is there going to be protest or something?
There's a sit-in after. The 58 are doing a sit-in after the game, and I just wondered how many people are going to do an hour sitting because I'm considering doing it. So is it a United stewards going to remove fans from the ground forcefully, or they won't that? Are they going to do that? Pick on fans and remove them? But if 30,000 fans stay in the ground, that's a hell of a point.
What sort of issue is that going to cause? Because obviously, people, stewards, staff want to go home.
There's a picture going around today of even the staff at Manchester United are handing out flyers against the Glazers. If you've seen the picture in the Man United Superstore, behind the till, there's little 1958 Glazers out pictures going around. Little flyers behind the till at Old Trafford, and I've heard it's going round. They're on strike. They could go on strike. Some of the staff at Old Trafford. So interesting.
All right, just a few comments, Mr. B. Just running very quickly here. Colin saying it's not a blow. We can't play Bruno and Mount in the midfield together. We're leaving Casemiro alone. He's not capable of covering the defensive duties all on his own. Bring in Scott to help. So he's on that Scott train. Choo-choo. Vincent saying here, I'm not the Papa John's tonight. Is the English Football League Cup? Is that on tonight?
Yes, Man United under 23s are playing Stockport County, and it's currently 0-0 at the moment. My dad's gone.
Oh, nice. Saying here, some rumours going around that we could have Garnacho 11. What does the panel think about this? Have a Garnacho 11. Okay.
What about all the kids who've had Garnacho 49? The brand new kits.
Corby Scott, Eric says 2 week. Okay. Bambino's in the house. They call me crazy. I'll push Garnacho up next to Casemiro and bring Lindelof in. Okay.
You'd bring no.
That's
you're
strong.
crazy. Yeah, you're crazy.
He's crazy.
I'll push Leacher up.
Oh, Martinez. Sorry.
Yeah, Leacher. Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
I'm the crazy one. I read that wrong completely. Ericsson, as much as I love him, doesn't have the physicality to play in midfield against Forest. That will be physical in the middle of the park. I think we need Scott for the height, and hopefully we sign someone as well. Emma's saying here, I'd get Ericsson in the number 10, and him being the one who's allowed not to track back. So that over to you, Bruno.
Bruno, yeah.
This is a question for the panel. Bruno and Mount like playing in the same position. Is Mount deal a hint on Bruno's future? Do you think Erik ten Hag will fade Bruno out and sell him and bring Mount in to do his job? No, I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening.
Obviously, Vincent saying Roy Keane here. We've got Love Cat saying, I'm not that old to remember Bertels, but no, though, he was crap. He was crap for us, but not for Forest. The sit-in, I don't like, as it inconveniences the working man. Choo-choo, and yes, Dumpy Can up top is in the house. Yes, Lucha as CDM and Martinez should have been experimented with this way before, a long time ago. Well, I love Cat saying, my advice, stop buying the merchandise. Don't buy any food in the ground that feeds the Glazers. So bring a packed lunch and some Tupperware for you, Andy. Big up to Jeff, he's in the house as well. You'll get it swapped, though, if you already brought one with 49 on it. And here we go. He's not crazy. Play Martinez at left back and get him to invert in when we got possession of the ball into midfield. And finally, say hello to Craig, guys. How you doing, Craig? I don't know who. Brian Robson. Yeah, you're an old boy like us. He's got Brian Robson in his profile picture. And big up to Jimmy Mack as well. Over to you, Mr. B.
Guys, finally, there might be some movement on the Amrabat deal, but it's got nothing to do with us. It's down to Fiorentina wanting this deal done so that they can move on. They've actually publicly come out and said it's a 3-day deadline. 3 more days. I'm hoping that we can get it done. I'm hoping it kicks those idiots into kicks them into gear. I still don't understand how we can't just buy somebody and still sell them in the same transfer window.
I agree. Go carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. Everybody talks about having to sell to buy. If we buy, just make sure that we bloody sell before the bloody window closes, and then there's no problem. I don't understand why it has to be done first.
Well, we can buy. It's been proven. When the chips are down, Man United are penny pinching whatnots. So when the shit hit the fan last year, whacked out the credit card, didn't we? But we maxed it. But believe me, this 3-day deadline set by Florentino, it might just force United's hand. And Man United might want to, some good positivity coming their way the next couple of days. They may just push us over the line. They have to, I remember when we dictated Borussia Dortmund, you know what I mean? Take it or leave it for Jadon Sancho. And Borussia Dortmund played hardball and we didn't get him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We offered 3 times and United never went in for Dortmund, for Sancho. And we panicked and we got Cavani, a couple of other players on deadline day. Remember that? United absolutely panicked because he stood firm. And you know what? I'm glad Florentina's called this out. And the player wants to move, or he's in 2 minds. Where's he going? This is his, like I say, this is his life, isn't it? His profession. He's playing football. He wants to know where he's playing.
Yeah. And what's the deal? I don't know. What is? Because I keep hearing 20 to 30 million for Amrabat. Is that a minimum fee release clause or something?
No, that just sounds like what the fee is. That sounds like the money that they want. But Liverpool needed a central midfielder, and they haven't got in. They inquired, but they haven't really gone it. So I'm thinking that he's actually said he wants to come to Manchester United. The Atletico deal with they were going to sell De Paul to the Saudis. That's fallen through. So they're not looking for a replacement for him now. So that means that we should again be in the driving seat. But I don't understand how everything takes so bloody long. That's the frustrating part. We expected him to be in. Let's be honest. We've been talking about Amrabat for a month and a half.
You know why it takes so long? Because we've got bankers, aka wankers, in charge upstairs. And that's why it takes so long. But if somebody's calling us out and forcing their hand, it's interesting to see what United are going to do. Because if just say we don't get a good result this weekend, the knives are out again. So it's
look, please don't. I've just about got over the weekend, and you would have depressed me again. I'm so positive. I think it's maybe because we're playing Forest, and I just feel that I'm hearing. Well, look, Twitter's always full of rumors, but somebody's saying, you're hearing that Højlund might be in the squad. Now, if Højlund's in the squad, and Martial's fit, Rashford starts on the left. Let Martial start, give him an hour, and then you get
give him an hour.
Well, look. The thing is, I would rather he gets injured than Højlund gets injured. So we'll give him, we'll give him an hour. Don't laugh, Andy, don't. We'll give him an hour, and then Højlund will finish it off, and then he'll be ready for the Arsenal game.
Well, look, we said that we wanted we got the striker over the line. The goalkeeper and the midfielder was next, and it's gone looks like it's the goalkeeper first, and then the midfielder. Liverpool, they signed the Japanese dude from Stuttgart, didn't they? So they're not looking for Amrabat anymore. No one seems to be looking for Amrabat. Maybe he's sort of turning everyone down. Saying, no, yeah, I'm going Man United. Who knows? But if he is going to be our player, I'm looking forward to bringing him in. I don't mind. He seems like a good player. He played at a high level. And we'll see. If he wants to play for us, that's a good thing for starters. If he's denied all these other clubs and sort of sat back waiting for us to make the offer, then I'm cool with that. He knows the manager really well. And yeah, let's see what happens with that. There's a deadline now, so they're holding us to ransom. Let's see how we react with that. I'd be very interested to see what we know. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Thursday or Friday. Deal.
Oh look, let's bloody hope so. But I've got one feeling. So Amrabat comes in. Does he take Mount's place?
No, I don't think. I think he plays a bit deeper than that. He brings it out from the back.
He may relieve Casemiro.
Yeah.
So we've bought. So he's still gonna. Think he's still gonna stick with this Mount and Bruno system that just doesn't seem to be working, regardless of whether I'm not sure it has a lot to do with Casemiro. Yes, defensively it probably does, but offensively I don't think it has a lot to do with Casemiro.
Well, we're only 2 games in. You still can't judge, even though it was cleared in 2 games. It's not working, but someone's got to click on it. So how long's a piece of string? As the saying goes. How long do you give?
I mean, say we win 5-0 on Saturday. Will everyone forget about these past 2 games and say, "All right"?
I will. Okay, and then we're gonna go to Arsenal, and then we're gonna lose our mind when they dick us. We can't. At the moment, we've got no style at the moment on Monday. I think that's the part that's really peeing me off.
I think he's clear. He wants to be the best transitional team in Europe, and that means sort of breaking it down, stopping teams from playing out, picking up the ball we're doing that, and then scoring quickly. And we did.
We're just not scoring.
We're showing signs of that. We haven't got a goal scorer. We have now. We haven't got the system clicking yet, but it could happen this Saturday. So I hope Andy's got a ringside seat. You know,
I'm there, going to be there. I mean, yeah. I mean, in the words of the real Slim Shady, will the real Man United please stand up? You know what I mean? I really hope they do on Saturday.
Guys, comments are flying through. Let's just get these over and out of the way, because people are talking a lot about this subject. Who's going to take Amrabat's place? Whose place does he take? Actually, he's asking you, Mr.
Yeah, I still don't think it, but I think it could well be Mount, and then Mount is cover for Bruno.
Okay, so he's going to be a first team player.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Amrabat was more of like you say, he'll play games here and there, then he'll come on in games to relieve the pressure or in case of the situation.
So you don't think he would be good enough to start?
I think he can start. He'll start. I think if we do get him, like I say, I've seen him play for Fiorentina. The games he played, he can dictate from midfield up to the front. You know what I mean? He can take from the defenders and push that midfield up to the strikers.
Mm.
I've seen him play. Like I said, and I've seen the stats. I've seen some videos on another channel with a friend of mine, Mick Ruber. I'm sure you know him.
Yeah, we know it.
Yeah, and he's like you say, he's box to box. And he, like I say, he scored a goal. I've seen the stats. I've seen some of the videos. And but like I say, it'd be some games. Like you say, is he a consistent? Was he consistent for Fiorentina? I think he was last season, because he made a World Cup semi-final and he made final against West Ham, didn't he, in the conference?
Yeah.
Europa Conference final. So, yeah. But I think, are you going to play him at the Etihad? Are you going to play him at Anfield? Or do you save him for the Etihad and Anfield? You know, if you're keeping it tight, defensive unit, you know, on the midfield overrun. So do you use him wisely, as Yoda would say?
And that's what I'm more thinking about. It gives us options in midfield. Look, we've lost. It feels like we haven't won away from home since Ten Hag's been at the club.
We won at Leeds. Last time we won away was Leeds. Sorry, I apologise. It was Bournemouth. Bournemouth.
Wow. You see what I mean? What a scout Bournemouth is. Bloody hell. You see what I mean? So I think something needs to change somewhere along the line, man. Bloody hell.
So Craig is saying, how much money do we get for freeing up Ronaldo and Cavani off the books? That's what I don't get. Mr. B, you were talking a lot about that at the time. Vincent saying here, do you remember when we signed Donny van der Beek? That was a done deal within 24 hours. Bartham saying that panic buy on the credit card stopped any hopes of Osman and Kane. Hugo's just made it 1-0, apparently, said Conan. Is this Amrabat's dream or retail therapy, and you just want some new faces in? Or can you tell us what you think he will bring to the team? I think Andy just addressed that. Ramas will be on bench, I reckon, says Colin.
Yeah.
It takes so long because they always have their fingers crossed that something will just work out, something will happen, just like the Tories. Every single player against Spurs was done.
Brilliant analogy.
So as a manager demands too much, because if we're trying to push that much in games, we were done by an hour. Vincent saying, I think what we need to do is get Mr. B down on Monday to hold him down. Why Mr. B foresees Broccoli down, they can hold. Andy can go. I'm not reading that. Let's see your jokes again. And I've picked another one from Vincent. It says, yes, the Man United a remake of Taken coming out soon. Go to cinemas near you. Taboos in the house saying deep free Casemiro. Who gets dropped for Amrabat? Matthew Bassett's asking. All good, Matthew. Just talking conversation there. Big up Man United. I don't know if mid-table clubs in Italy, Belgium, and Holland count as a high level. That's where Amrabat's coming from. But it's time for him to step up. He might want to play transitions, but it's all been long balls to the edge of the box. That's from Bath Time. Solo's in the house. I spoke to Solo today. Hope you're doing well, Solo. Bath Time saying, I agree with Tate. I think he's first choice midfield cover and not a first teamer. Craig is saying here, Eric Ten Hag's number 1 signing, number 7 shirt. We think he's going to drop him sooner or later. He's very stubborn, though, to Eric Ten Hag is. And Column here is saying he's a DM, so yes, use him as much as possible. Casemiro needs help. We have gone back to being a donut FC. Okay. And Grace, sorry, last one from Grace. Eric Ten Hag has been backed more than any other manager. 200 million last year, 150 million this season. If you look at our transfers windows previously, we usually only buy 3 or 4 players. So that's a good thing, maybe. And anyone down?
Yeah, but we don't sell a million. That's the thing. We don't try and sell a million. So there should still be money floating around the coffers, is what I say. Talk about money floating around the coffers. Everybody's losing their mind. On Monday. Who's the man with the master plan? Come and talk to us. On Monday. This is the guy that you were talking to me about 3 weeks ago, wasn't it? Altay Benyina.
I'll give you a quick one on the spotlight. All I know, I put my hair up today because I'm 6'5", he's 6'6", so I'm about 6'7" now with my hair up like this. This guy's 6'6", he's a tall goalkeeper, can distribute the ball pretty well, plays for Fenerbahce. And did Fred go Fenerbahce?
Yeah, and he scored on Sunday as well.
You see that goal? Pretty good, wasn't it?
You seen his goal? Yeah, I've seen it today. Mr. B is very quiet. I'm not asking Mr. B.
I'm not saying.
To be fair, it was a good goal. He swung his foot at it. Bend it like Fred.
I don't know how good the Turkish league is these days, but this guy clearly he's their number 1 goalie. He's international goalie as well. I don't know more than that. I must be honest. I'm not sure.
If I was Fred, I'd be telling him to stay away from Man United because if he's one's coming in and one's going, I went, whoa, lad, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean?
Barca say, is the goalkeeper Monday that Ajax have been scouting for years and was sounded out to be Onana's replacement when he got banned. Okay, it's another link to Ajax in Dutch football. I didn't know that. Thank you, Bath Time. Mo Morris, how you doing? He says you can't spend money on quality players when you buy players for large sums and sell players for pennies.
Bad
over
business
to you, Andy.
sense.
You got any insight onto this guy? I got nothing.
I've heard
I know
just
nothing.
like you. I know nothing. All I heard at 6 o'clock, the transfer was going through. We're signing a goalkeeper, and basically seen a picture. He was flown to Greece for a medical, and Fabrizio Romano confirmed it, and that was about 6:30. And well, Man United are signing a player. Do you know what I mean? So does that mean is Tommy, and is he still injured? Or has he been going to be released?
He's still
right,
injured.
so
yeah. Injured.
So we're gonna get, like say, we're gonna get two unusual goalkeepers. So I might have to watch some YouTube stuff for this Turkish league guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean the Turkish league. I mean, what can you rate of it? I've never watched the Turkish league, so I can't comment on it. I mean, is it a one team season, one team division every season, or is it like, you know?
No, I think it kind of goes. I think there's various. I think there's bits and pieces.
Galatasaray, they don't like each other. Besiktas, they're the only ones I can name.
What about the team that beat us in the Europa League group stages, or was it Champions League group stages a couple of years ago?
Who was that?
Who's the guy when Gerrard slipped and scored? Bar played for them. Turkish.
Oh shit! Yeah, they did beat us, didn't
they? And I think it was the time when we got knocked out of the Champions League, or was it? I'm sure it was Champions League. And also, welcome to hell. When Galatasaray were
Wayne Rooney's debut against Fenerbahce.
Yeah, that was
I don't know much about Fenerbahce. Yeah, what? I was at that. Yeah, I was at that. Yeah, 2005. I was at that. You know what I mean? So. A young Andy.
Look, we always talk about United spending loads of money on players and not finding bargains. We're now saying between the three of us, we never had a clue who this guy was. Does that mean he's going to turn out to be a bad signing?
Don't have to mean it. Would you rather have a signing like a Antonio Valencia, you know nothing about, and he turns out to be an absolute diamond? And I tell you what, I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. If he's like, if he can be like that, I'm all for it. Because you don't have to come with a big reputation and a big transfer fee to be a good person and be a good player. You know what I mean? When was the last time we had a bargain?
Quiz time. How many Turkish players have played for Man U? I can't recall any. Is there a reason for that? I don't know. But I'm a bit, because I don't know anything about this guy, so I'm not qualified to talk on him. But the questions that have been asked in the comments is this the end of Henderson, and also Pelestri leaving as well? Apparently,
that is mad.
Yeah, I think we do need to bring that up. That obviously changed off.
That is absolute. I saw it on Stretford Paddock. Sheffield United loan. Jesus Christ, what is going wrong? You know, Palestra to send him out on loan with a view of a permanent thing. No. It is the permanent partners, because when I heard he was going out on loan, okay, Sheffield Wednesday means he's going to play every week. Sheffield United means he's going to play every week, but their style of football, I'm not sure is really suited to what he wants. But what it will do, he will have a lot of space to run in behind, because obviously they're going to be playing counter attacks. So maybe he was looking at that. If Ahmad comes back as well, is that you're going to have some serious competition on that right now for Anthony and Sancho? There's going to be competition. So if Ahmad is the project and coming up, is Palestra is still. I would say he's raw, but I do question that. I really do question it, letting him go on loan when we need attacking players and wingers. Seriously. But the Dean Henderson going to Crystal Palace, sooner the better.
I did hear that. So I did hear that. Crystal Palace, I did hear that right, yeah?
Yeah, loan with a view to buy. So we still can't get. You couldn't give them away. So you couldn't give our United players. You couldn't give them away.
God almighty. As long as he passes the medical. I know Jeff was saying that he thinks that there might be issues with him and Donny passing full medicals.
Yeah, because that's fell through with Real Sociedad. So if we want Amrabat, we're going to have to get rid of Donny or McTominay. Or even a defender to get to.
I still don't understand this. We got rid of Fred. I thought when Fred left, we were going to get another central midfielder. So because Maguire's gone, we can't get a defender, and he's not going to play Maguire. Guarantee you, Maguire's not in any of the match day squads.
Yeah, and Brandon Williams is also going to Ipswich.
Yeah. That's a good move for him, but they're not talking about money. They're not telling us how much money.
You know why he's gone. You know why he's gone, because it's the connection. Well, the United coaching staff there, isn't it?
Yeah, good, let him go. Ipswich are doing well. Ipswich are doing really well, but they're not talking about money. Nobody is talking about how much money we're going to get for him.
Yeah. It can't be much. I mean, it's got to be one of these sell-on fees.
I mean, he's doing the bod. He's already done a season with Norwich, Brandon Williams, so he knows the area well. So
that's true.
He's not enough for Man United. He's not good enough for Man United.
Barton said, did you know our fitness coach is 36 and his only experience before being put in charge of the first team was our under-19s? And Column saying here, we have to get rid of players and bring players in. Meanwhile, Chelsea have around 700 billion players on their books.
Yeah.
And it's a loan with option to buy.
See, option to buy is no good. We need it to be obligation to buy, right? Because option to buy means, because
I don't want to get rid of him. We just signed a new contract.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to assume it's just going to be a loan, and then he comes back. There's no option to buy. There's no nothing. Just a loan, and he comes straight back to us. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, is that right, Man United? Are we talking Palestri there? I don't know.
Yeah, I did hear that on Stephen Howson channel today. Option with a loan with option to buy. No.
That's bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
It was Brewster from Liverpool went to Sheffield United, and that was the dumbest move. We know his dad, don't we? Because dad's from around here, and his dad was saying that was the worst move his son could have made. He was at Liverpool. He's playing won the World Cup with under-17s, and then he makes a move to go from Liverpool to Sheffield United. They got relegated. Don't play him, and now you don't know his name anymore. Whereas a couple of years ago, he was the hot shot.
Where is he now?
I don't know. I really don't know. But it's a bad move going somewhere like that. You could end up relegated and playing in Championship and not even out of favour before you know it. It's only like someone like Chong, who I thought was finished as well. He's managed to get his way back into the Premiership. But I just think it's a risky move to go to Sheffield United with an option to buy. I think Palestri's quality. I'm with you. I heard you say that earlier, Andy. I do like him. He just impresses me every time I see him. And I just think we need to keep him thereabouts, keep him sweet. Do not get rid of that young man. He's a very good player in the making, I believe. And Solanke do something similar as well. Yeah, he went down the leagues, and now I think West Ham want him. Solanke, he's 25 years old. Ramo is in the house saying 7 million for keeper. There goes that money. Or maybe we get.
If you look at it, we sold Fred to Fenerbahce, and we got about 8 million euros. So basically, it's gone. We've just given it him back.
Yeah. Mo Morris is saying, do you guys...
Oh, Mr. B!
Officer of United are incompetent because from the outside looking in, they are idiots. That's from Mo Morris. The front office of United are looking incompetent, he's saying here. And Craig is saying here, I'm sure he came off the bench for Sheffield United the other week. Who?
We'll talk about Brewster.
His friend from Liverpool.
Brewster. Oh, right. Okay, Brewster.
He's still there.
So I'm getting confused. That was me who brought it up. Emma's saying here, sometimes going down levels, best though. That literally what the loans are for.
Yeah, I would say Emma's got a point. If you look at Ahmed last season with Sunderland, dragged them to the playoffs, and he scored some really good goals.
Yeah, certainly. We need to sort out. I know. Can we get Fred on loan? That's brilliant coming in from Craig.
Someone just tickled Mr. B there, that last comment. Yeah.
Mark, I say, Caff on reception is the only world-class player. Big up, Caff.
Guys, 45 minutes. It's flown by again. Is there anything else we need to bring up other than I'm praying that Hoyland, like Column, that Hoyland is available for the Forest game on
Can we, with the subjects we discussed, can we just get some clarification about what we agree on? So the first one was Mason Mount. We questioned whether it was a true injury or because we don't know anything about the injury. But is that a good thing or bad thing? And we agreed. Well, I said Ericsson will come in and do what he did last year. What do you guys say about that? What do we agree on? We didn't agree.
I think he's putting Ericsson in, yes, but he's not been the same since the Andy Carroll tackle because he had that little bit of form when he was doing okay, Ericsson, and that scumbag Andy Carroll, and I'll say it repeatedly, that Geordie scumbag took him out. You know what I mean? What a fug! And he's not been the same since. He didn't get an apology. So.
And so Ericsson,
he didn't even get a card for the tackle.
No, he didn't, did he?
He got a red card. He was sent off
afterwards.
Not for that tackle though.
The goalkeeper situation, I'm none the wiser. Amrabat come in. I'd like to see him come. If it's a 3-day deadline, I'd want to see him come in as well. I did see John Fury's antics today. He was making a mockery of the sport boxing. I mean, KSA against Tommy Fury. I just don't want to know. I want to see some real boxers. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that.
No, we weren't. But you can talk about it afterwards if you want, to be fair, because we are done. Andy, look, I'm going to say it, and I say it all. Where can we find you? Like, we don't bloody know. Go on.
Oh, if you remember the littlest oboe, there's the fight. Keeps on calling me down the road at the Stretford paddock. I'll always be. I'll be back here next Monday on the agenda. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Maybe tomorrow.
I want to settle down until tomorrow. The paddock is my home.
Guys, see that? Look, we start with a laugh and then look, we serenade you before we say goodbye. Guys, this is the agenda. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow.